Dear colleagues, dear viewers, the same as Anastasia has just mentioned, I'm going to brief you on the latest trends in the changes to citizenship and permanent residency Caribbean programs. It will have to do with family members, including family members into your and dependents into your application. My name is Natalia and I represent CS Global Partners. I would like to briefly introduce myself. I have been working at CS Global Partners for 5 years now, and when I first joined the company, I had been so surprised by the company's approach. The company mission is not just providing quality legal services to customers to obtain citizenship for investments, but also it's focused on developing the economies of Caribbean countries. CS Global Partners is, by the way, can you see my presentation well? For some reason, I cannot change the slides. Dear colleagues, can you help me how to click? Can you see it? I need to change slides. Yes, we can see the first slide. Yes, we can see the first slide very well. Okay, well, I'm not able to change it. Please try restarting your presentation. I'm trying, but I may be having a technical glitch. I'm sorry. Frankly speaking, I apologize for this technical problem. I'm not able to exit my presentation. Oh well, I think it's working now. Just a moment, please. Thank you very much. Okay. Starting. Now. Well, why CS Global Partners? We're the exclusive government representatives in a number of Caribbean countries on the oldest and most authoritative programs such as St. Kitts and Dominica. The company is based in the UK, and we have our headquarters in the heart of London. As I mentioned before, we provide quality legal services to our customers to obtain citizenships, and we also work closely with governments, immigration authorities to actively promote and develop such programs. We aim to make them not just more attractive for investors and clients, but also for the islands, for the countries, for improving the economy of these states and improving the lifestyles and the incomes of the residents. And many of our clients are really proud of the fact of not just receiving their second passport, but also doing their part for the economy of these countries. We also run internal character checks. We have a very high approval rating on our submissions because we are able to analyze all the details of the application in advance. And our experience working with the governments offers us the big picture and the understanding of what the government of a certain country would like to see from you as an applicant. We know how to best create your application. We work also with difficult and complex cases. We speak 11 languages, including Russian. This is why our clients are comfortable communicating with us, no matter what language they choose for their application. And also, we have a wide vendor network, so we are able to support our clients with related issues such as tax advice with tax consultants, recommend good lawyers or a family office. Also assist them with real estate and purchases overseas, not just in the Caribbean, but also in Europe. And we are also able to help with any educational programs in the UK, in Europe, for our clients and their families. We also specialize not just on Caribbean programs, but also on European residency programs. Portuguese program is one of our priorities, one of our most popular programs at the moment. Our achievements have been highly acclaimed through various awards, and here you see the list of awards received in 2020. Despite the fact that the work was very difficult, we had to adapt on the fly to learn to do everything online without travel, without personal meetings, but we were still able to preserve, maintain our service levels and improve them. We received awards. Our CEO was crowned as the best European CEO on Gamut, and we also received the best consulting company European CEO Award to 2020, Strategic Partnership Award. We also run many projects and collaborations. We cooperate with such brands as Ernst & Young, PwC, run joint ventures with Barron's and others, and Financial Times. As you're aware of the professional wealth management ratings, of the rating from Financial Wealth Management, this is a Financial Times subsidiary. We always take part in development and studying these programs. You're able to read up about us in the famous media publications such as Forms, Vedomosti from Russia, Prian.ru. We're also going to run 2 webinars on Forbes website with St. Nevis and Dominica government officials at the end of March. So I would recommend you subscribe to our social media, follow us in all these accounts on social media, register for the events. Right now on this slide you see our contact details. These are our media handles. All of these accounts also are connected to my email, our Russian language website. If you choose websites, csglobalpartners.ru is a Russian language website. All the links are clickable. You can click right now. Subscribe to our accounts in the social media. We constantly publish a lot of information, a lot of updates on the latest trends and programs. We often speak at various events. Right here on screen you see just a small number of companies, including our favorites, Bosco Conferences, where you're able to hear us, see us. And also, please allow me to move over to the actual Citizenship for Investment programs in the Caribbean. Please allow me to begin with explaining why our clients are looking for a second passport. Well, for many of them, this is like a reserve airport, a reserve landing strip. For instance, all of us in Russia have faced the fact that people could not exit the country without an alternative citizenship or permanent residency, and economic citizenship is a very legal way for investors, for businessmen to receive this second passport and have this extra trump up your sleeve, which will provide you freedom of choice on where to live, to work, to purchase real estate, what ambience, what you'd like to see around you, where you'd like to study or give your children education. Also enjoy access to quality healthcare systems which are not overloaded. Now, please allow me to show you a short video about CS Global Partners and our values. You are the citizen of the world. Yes, as parents, we're true to our families and we choose the best future for our children. To be world citizens means allow our families to experience life to the fullest, build bridges that we had never imagined existed, bridges for many generations ahead. Enjoy opportunities to be free, to teach our children that they are able to become whatever they like, to set them on a course that they can excel at. Have the power to let them go, to enjoy their growth, see them fall in love, become grandmothers and grandfathers, take pride in family traditions, create new ones, because the best investments that we will ever make are the investments in our families. CS Global Partners, transforming lives of world's citizens. I think this video reflects the spirit of freedom that people enjoy becoming world's citizens, the citizens of the world. And right now on the map, you're able to see the map of the Caribbean with the 5 flags of the states which provide citizenship for investments. They're all southeast of Miami. Enjoy direct flight connections from London or Miami, fast access to UK and the US, also quite easy for commuting. It's important to note that these countries provide the fastest and most accessible avenues towards citizenship, such as the St. Kitts and Nevis program since 1984, Dominican program since 1993, and the new programs such as Grenada, Antigua Barbuda, and St. Lucia. Also, all of these countries offer many advantages, including visa-free travel to over 143 world countries, including all financial, banking, and other centers. You're able to enjoy up to 6 months a year in the EU, up to 6 months per visit to the UK, visa-free travel to Hong Kong and Singapore. Grenada also offers unique privileges such as visa-free travel to China. All of the Caribbean states provide you with opportunities to apply for 10-year US visas. All of them also provide online processing, so you won't have to travel anywhere. You'll be able to collect all your documentation, send the DHLs to us in London. We will put together an application and launch it, file it in your name with the relevant government. The approval will also be received online. Our representatives will receive your passport and pass it to you at any location in the world. So you'll be able to receive your passport without getting off your couch, which, considering the latest developments, is really, really convenient. The only thing you'll have to do is put together a document package. St. Kitts and Nevis today also provide for online submission, filing of documents, but you'll need to then post-send the originals of the documents to finalize the character checks. All of these countries enjoy minimal tax jurisdictions, and if you don't move and live and reside there, you don't need to pay any tax. And also, all your family is able to be included in the application. In the past year, all of the 5 countries have overhauled massively these programs, and today these programs are one of the most accessible, affordable options to receive citizenship for the whole family, which I'll tell you about in more detail a little bit later. As I had mentioned before, the Caribbean provides you additional confidence. You will never have to wait in line for your visa, and you'll be able to receive your 10-year US visa and then for 10 years commute without any hassles. Many of our partners and clients enjoy Caribbean citizenships and passports. For instance, our partners reside in the US and they had done Caribbean passports for the whole family so that they can visit their parents at any time without the need to wait in line for the visa or not being worried about rejections. Also, you can be confident that all travel will be accessible. You'll be able to exit the country with your second passport. Also, the Caribbean provides you a second home in a warm, politically stable country. It's a very good option for retirement that many people are looking at. And in light of the recent developments of the year past, more and more of our clients are looking towards the Caribbean in terms of starting their own business and relocating. I think one of the key advantages is a strong healthcare system, which has not been overloaded throughout the pandemic. They had seen the minimal amount of COVID-19 infections, and the governments have done a good job tackling the pandemic. This is also a very hospitable, warm countries with amazing blue azure sea and white sand, a pleasure to live in. As I had mentioned previously, you won't need to leave your home to receive your passport. You can do everything online. The only country you will need to visit is Antigua and Barbuda. It requires you to visit the country within 5 years for at least 5 days after getting your Antigua passport. All of the other countries have no requirements whatsoever on residence, language, or else. The process is really quite straightforward. It's very simple and easy, and we're here to make it as easy as possible for you. Now, in terms of investment options, all of the Caribbean states offer at least two investment options. One is a non-refundable donation into a government investment fund. So this is investing into the country's economy. And secondly is buying real estate from a government-approved list. For instance, St. Lucia also provides for an option of buying government bonds. But generally, the Caribbean provides for these two options of non-returnable. The non-returnable option begins from 100K per person, for instance, in Dominica. And a family of 4 people in this way will enjoy 175K price tag for Dominica citizenship. 200K is the threshold for purchasing approved real estate under the programs. A number of years ago, we have seen the international hotel chains such as Park Hyatt, Kempinski's, Secret Bay, and others, and they offer purchasing shares in a hotel 5 or 7 years, depending on the jurisdiction and investment. You'll be able to sell it and accordingly return your investment. But you have to remember that this real estate investment option also requires investing into government fund.
In case of selecting investment option in country economy, however, these fees are also applied, and in more detail about programs. the example of the oldest programs of St. Kitts and Nevis and Dominica. St. Kitts and Nevis offer two options of investment. It's a sustainable growth fund, where investment starts from 150,000 per one person and 195,000 for a family of 4. Each additional dependent will add $10,000. Brothers and sisters can be added, should add $20,000. Also, you can invest in preliminary approved real estate, and one of the most popular options in the Caribbean and St. Kitts and Nevis in particular is Park Hyatt, that from 2017 has been operating and been fully sold out from the time of investment. Many investors, it's been 5 years, and they have the right to resell their shares that they are eagerly doing. Now, you can sell half of the share for $220,000 in Park Hyatt, and in 7 years, it's possible to return it, having sold to another applicant. A few words about the Sustainable Growth Fund in St. Kitts and Nevis. Citizenship for Investment Program, a stable and safe way to the second citizenship. Platinum standard, clear processing of application, expedited process of application processing, no interview or requirement to visit. Get your citizenship value that will grow in time. Visa-free entry, visa on arrival to 150 countries around the world. Investment, growth, prosperity. Main nuances were told in this video. As I said, in St. Kitts and Nevis is one of the oldest citizen for investment program and very popular, especially among Russians and the well-known Caribbean passport. And many applicants want to get St. Kitts and Nevis passport. They have very good infrastructure, marinas, golf courses, and excellent place for vacation, 5-star hotels on the coast. St. Kitts and Nevis is also well known as a platinum standard of the industry. A citizenship processing procedure, which is straightforward and pleasant for clients. St. Kitts and Nevis also has accelerated processing of applications for 60 days. It's guaranteed when the customers can receive a passport from the time of application. When you collect all the documents, make the application, and we send it to the government up to the time of obtaining passport for 60 days. For additional fee, you can get on the option of expedited process. That's the only country that offers this option, and usually that's the fastest way to get citizenship. That's for option of investment in the government fund. Also, a couple of words about Dominica, which also has two options. Investment, you see the map where Dominica is located among these Caribbean islands, not far from Cuba and Dominican Republic. And it's important not to confuse Dominica and Dominican Republic, because Dominica is a Commonwealth. Dominica, it's a Caribbean sister of Dominican Republic. Dominica is the 4th year. It's been in a top rating of the program of citizenship for investment around the world, according to the Journal of Professional Wealth Management and Financial Times that I already mentioned. Now, about the Fund of Economic Diversification. 1993, the Dominica started to invite people to become citizens in a beautiful natural island. Island nation. Population. It's warm permanent citizenship. Work towards sustainable peace. Being Dominican means of a mobile lifestyle, better business opportunities, support on business, of strong, stable nation, freedom, equity, democracy for all and all your family. Investing in the future of the country, have the opportunity to join the unique global community. More than 195 countries.
И сейчас на экране вы видите, какие есть утвержденные.
And now you see the approved real estate projects on the screen. Now you can purchase villas up to the share in a hotel. And now we move to the process itself. I will not dwell in detail and nuances on the program. In any case, estimation is individually based, depending on which family members you add, about their age. Now you see requirements to the applicants. I'm sure the organizers will send out the presentation and you can go on the details, and you can also look up this information on our website. I repeat that I send my contact details and chat and our social networks, our websites. You can find out more. Since we don't have much time, we'll move forward. I'll speak about the most interesting thing about what changed for the last year, about including a family. If earlier you could include only children, and then parents of main applicant were added, and spouses, of course. Now all countries give the opportunity to include brothers and sisters. And we'll see comparison information on all the countries about including spouses. Can be included in any country by the main applicant. It's important that only one spouse is possible to be included, and opposite sex. These are requirements of all 5 countries. Regarding children, the lesson of the main minor children, all could be included up to 18 years old, and St. Lucia allows children up to 21. Regarding adolescent children of a main applicant or spouse, mostly countries allow including children up to 30, and only Grenada up to 25, and mostly the difference in the requirements to these children. Last year, Dominica and Nevis simplified these requirements. Now children don't have to leave and be supported by the main applicant. And Dominica has significant financial support. On St. Kitts and Nevis, all children should be financially dependent, and St. Lucia and Antigua and Barbuda require full dependency. Grenada, financially dependent on main applicant or spouse. Regarding disabled children, All countries allow including disabled children. For example, St. Kitts and Nevis, it's enough for a child to have a reference of disability, of physical or mental. Dominica should be significantly supported by the main applicant or spouse. St. Lucia and Antigua and Barbuda and Grenada, they should be fully financially dependent, supported by the main applicant, and live together with the main applicant. Parents and grandparents, main applicant or spouse. Most loyal here is Dominica, that allows to include parents of any age and grandparents, both main applicant and spouse. And they should be significantly supported by the main applicant or spouse. Regarding St. Kitts and Nevis, requirements are more strict. Could be parents older than 55 or grandparents older than 65 and should be living with the main applicant, be fully supported by St. Lucia can include only parents above 55 years old that should be fully dependent on the main applicant. Grandparents are not allowed. Antigua Barbuda allows parents and grandparents above 55 if they are fully dependent. And Grenada allows to include parents, grandparents of any age, but they should be fully dependent, main applicant or spouse. And only Dominica allows to also include spouses of parents or grandparents, like if they're married second or third time and their parents are not parents for main applicant, and that makes Dominica a leader in terms of including senior citizens, brothers and sisters. That's a novelty. First time it was made by Grenada, that allows to include brothers and sisters. Only last year it was joined by Dominica and St. Kitts and Nevis, and by the end of the year, St. Lucia and Antigua and Barbuda. And Dominica should be brothers and sisters, both biological and adopted, less than 25 years old, should be unmarried without own children. If children below 18, then other sisters will then need to get a permit of parents. Those responsible. St. Kitts and Nevis allows to include brothers and sisters up to 30 years old, financially dependent on the main applicant, unmarried without children. St. Lucia allows to include only brothers and sisters of main applicant, not spouse, brothers and sisters below 18, unmarried, with permission of all parents or representatives. Antigua Barbuda allows to include unmarried brothers and sisters, and Grenada allows to include brothers and sisters above 18.
Познакомьтесь с Михаилом. Ему
Get to
56
know Mikhail. He is 56 years old, successfully investing in real estate and built a partnership network in Russia and Europe. Victoria, his spouse, teaches in one of the best universities in Moscow. Mikhail's son is 19 years old. David studies in London. He's a good student and plans, after graduation, to find a job in the financial sector in London. Mikhail and his spouse wanted to visit son without any problem at any time. having free access to Europe and the United Kingdom. The problem is that Mikhail is concerned by possible difficulties when visiting England and Europe due to unstable political situation in Russia, and he doesn't have time to make a safe decision. And they found out that Caribbean citizenship could be plan B if any political turmoil happens in their own country. CS Global partners offer suitable solution for Mikhail's family, as the family wants to secure freedom, travel. We supported them in processing second citizenship in St. Kitts and Nevis, while using expedited procedure that enabled them to receive passport in 60 days. All procedures, before and after confirmation, were made in remote mode from Moscow without traveling to the islands or the office of CS Global in London. Now Mikhail with his family is not concerned about Schengen visas or documents to travel to Europe or UK. Being citizens of St. Kitts and Nevis, they can stay in England up 6 months a year, visiting David at any time. Mikhail has not only second citizenship, but protection for the future, for the whole family, in case of a unstable situation in his country. The other case of successful. Let's do the following, the second case. Thank you, Natalia. Let's keep this second case for individual consultation. Yes, you can look it up at our YouTube channel that you can find in the chat. The reference there. Thank you very much. My contact details. Please contact me.